Good morning. Reed here, back at Orchestra Farm. Sound of newly frozen snow crunching under my feet. As you can see, it is still winter here. And I'm getting back to some work, which feels good. Someone came down here for a nice walk, and the dog went roaming about. So it looks like. And today I'm coming off of a bunch of days of like office admin style works, and along with trajectories of which, if you watch my last videos, I spoke about that I'm working on establishing. It's nice to see the fence didn't completely fall over during the snow. And my tea time with my wife, were reading this book called it's something like It's Not Your Money. I think that's the title. And money is one of those interesting things where when you look at the language around it, at least here in North America, it all relates to water. It's like this sense of like money's got to flow. There's income streams, there's outflowing streams of it. And so how we, not necessarily approach it, but how it occurs in our life is one of those things of like, it could easily just run through our fingers, or we can develop places where it can accumulate. And when I'm dealing with a landscape, one of the primary features that I'm dealing with is water, and how water moves across the landscape. And so it's been interesting to be doing this kind of almost like a meditative, contemplative thought around it all, while recognizing like the different pieces of my business and investment strategies moving forward. And my wife and I are at different stages in life, and business for that matter, and so, and with a couple of very young kids, 2 and 4 still, are really different aspects of the parenting journey. I think most men out there can relate to being a provider, and frankly I think most ladies can do that too. And this interesting piece around, how do I make sure at the time that I'm taking care of everything, is a question I didn't think about when I was young. And now I don't know if you can see this, but this is so beautiful. Let's see if my gloves do well. Can you see like the sparkles of the sun on the snow? As I'm moving, they just keep shifting, and it's really gorgeous. And there's the sun up there. A little bit more today. And there's a meditation practice in this book, and it's like one of these guided visualization things. Now that's stuff I've utilized for a long time in my life, and in my own monetary journey, financial journey, I've incorporated that as well to try and create the best possible space for me to transition from my mid-20s, when I had a goal of basically not really having almost any money at all, to now where I'm like, I want to make sure I have plenty to take care of all the things that I and my family need in our life. Ideally a good chunk of the wants, and hopefully some of the desires. And it's been fascinating and somewhat agitating to be doing this particular journey with my wife, because of the different places that we're at with it, and her questioning my journey on what feels like a daily basis. And so recognizing, like, you know, agitation doesn't add much to life, especially doesn't add much to my relationship with my wife. And so to just take a couple extra moments to breathe and let all that go, and remember that all that is kind of fleeting and isn't helpful. Come back into the space of like, hey, we're actually doing this together. And that's the important part. Sometimes when you're doing things together, it doesn't always feel great in partnership. And that's actually okay. It's par for the course. And when I get through that, it's been my experience, there's always something better on the other side. And so what I'm thinking about this morning is this piece of like, stick with the process, get through to the other side, there's something better that's over there. And to remind myself with all that I'm also on my own journey. And it's important to give myself space to be on that journey and to allow what's there for me to come through. And that things don't have to look the same for everybody, and that's okay. With that, I want to say thanks for watching these videos, thanks for subscribing to the channel, thanks for liking and commenting. I'd love to hear if you all have any thoughts about any of this, and have too much fun.